Thank you very much, and Ben, and good evening, viewers. I think one of the things that I have been personally advocating for is that that debates are a critical part of the electioneering process, and they advance democracy. And therefore, I have been championing for all candidates to participate for this debate. I was worried that if there was non-participation this time around, perhaps this critical process in the electioneering processing would die, because you realize that 2017 we had some critical issues. That said, I think this debate vindicated Rigathi Gachagua and implicated Martha Karua. And
what do you mean by this?
Essentially, what I want to say, Ben, is that based on the fact that I am Martha Karua's neighbor, I personally want to ask everybody on this table, and all Kenyans, that we have to file for a missing person report. Because the Martha Karua that showed up there is not the Martha Karua that has been advertised for a pretty long time. And I tended to think that there was a Martha Karua at home who was looking at the lady who was debating, and she didn't like the lady who was debating. And essentially, she appeared captured. She appeared to have a certain guilt conscience. And also, she appeared to have doublespeak, from perhaps a point that she navigated from Linda Katiba to the Bomoa Katiba team. And therefore, I felt that this platform indeed was an implication on Martha Karua, especially on issues of integrity, public service, and various other things. On the other hand, Rigathi Gachagua was painted as this person with several other capabilities. Why did William Ruto choose him? And I think it was a great platform for him to come out as a strong general and one of the greatest choices that William Ruto ever did. Lastly, I think we had the first quasi, perhaps not judicial, but public hearing. Rigathi Gachagua turned that opportunity to make this one of the best public hearing platforms on state capture. And he came armed with evidence. And I think that is essentially the launch of what Kenya Kwanza is talking about in page 61, in terms of how the ways that which they will fight corruption and you know, the means at which we will conquer state capture.
All right. I want us to pay some bills real quick, and we come back, get into the meat of that debate, some of those issues, the issue of state capture that was captured very well in that debate, and also the other issues of the messaging and the strategy by both teams. Let's take a quick commercial break here on Front and Center. Don't go too far. Welcome back to the broadcast. This is Front and Center on NTV. Many thanks for staying with us. I'm in studio with policy analyst, public policy and governance expert Dennis Ndumbi, lawyer and political analyst Danstan Omari, nominated member of parliament Jennifer Shamala, and lawyer and political strategist Kipchumba Karori. We left when Dennis. We left on a bombshell by Dennis, saying that Martha Karua
and I can, if you'll give me the time, present. You know, I don't usually ramble. And I think that an old wise man once said that sarcasm is the worst kind of wit. It's not funny. She was not missing in action. She was very, very present. And like I said, she refused to get dragged into issues where there was certainly a trap. So let's respect her for that. And Martha, and one of the most powerful places is where she explained herself on how she was asked, you may walk out. And she said how she respectfully disagreed with the late His Excellency President Mwai Kibaki. So she was respectful, she was calm, she was cool, and she was measured. I think that one of the biggest mistakes was the description of what state capture is. State capture is not private entities doing business with government and getting tax exemptions. It happens everywhere, all over the world. And if you get tax exemptions, it's provided for in the various legislations. State capture is when you have criminal gangs who gang up with government entities and in acts of corruption and to steal from the government. That is state capture. The examples are the Gupta family in South Africa, the oligarchs, spelled out very clearly in the book of the Shock Doctrine by Naomi Klein. So with all due respect to the deputy presidential candidate on Gachagua, he got it all wrong. And it is, I think, the onus was on the journalist to have got into explaining what exactly